Welcome back everyone. So it's, where are we? It is 20:34 on Saturday evening. Later on tonight I'm heading out to the streets of Benidorm. Hang on if you want to see what's going on in Little Britain later on tonight. I'm sure it's going to be a bit messy. We'll get down there in a couple of hours or so, but I wanted to talk about Labour MP Darren Jones. Where do you even start with this one? Now, if you missed it, which, you know, you'd have to be living under a rock to have missed, what a fool Darren Jones made himself look in front of the world when on BBC Question Time he said that it was quite clear that the vast majority of people coming over on boats were women and children. I mean, even the hard-left BBC Question Time audience groaned when he said that, because you'd have to be some special kind of idiot to believe it, and an even bigger special kind of idiot to say it and believe that people are going to take you seriously. I mean, it was, of all the statements I've ever heard from anyone, from any party, the most laughable, the most ridiculous, and positive proof right in front of your very eyes, if ever we needed it, that these people are totally detached from any reality that we live in the real world. And then years gone by, Labour was supposed to be the party of the working class, weren't they? The party with the MPs that understood and felt your pain as a working class Brit. Now, I note that this particular gentleman went to university. Of course he did. Of course he went to university. That's where he learnt to tell so many lies and to become such a lefty. But I mean, the bigger question is, was he, this is what confuses me. Did he say that because he really believed it? Did he say that because he really thinks the public are stupid enough to fall for it? Or is it a combination of both? I mean, unless he truly believes what he said, and if he does, he's certainly not fit to be an MP. I wouldn't say he'd be fit to be a, well, I don't know, I don't want to insult anyone's profession, but I wouldn't say he's fit to sweep the roads, let alone bloody be an MP, and that's no disrespect to anyone that sweeps the roads. They do a bloody good job. I wouldn't want to do it, so no offence to anyone that does that, but you get my drift, right? This is a level of lack of understanding that is world class. So if he genuinely believes what he said, he's a very, very dangerous individual. When I say dangerous, I don't mean physically dangerous, but he's a danger to people that he represents, because he's clearly not seeing the truth. Or was he gaslighting the nation? Was he just pulling our legs? Does he think that the public are so thick? Is he so deeply ingrained in his BBC bubble that he believes that people will believe that? I think it's more the latter. I think he thinks we're stupid enough. These people are so far detached from any kind of reality. And remember, this is a Labour MP that's supposed to come from a working class background to represent working class people with working class everyday problems. And he says something like that. I mean, let's be honest, I mean, Keir Starmer really should immediately withdraw the whip just because he's so stupid. I mean, that's a level of stupidity that is just remarkable. Talking about Keir Starmer, I see that he's finally approved the Grooming gang inquiry, not before time. And, well, does that completely exonerate our our friend, Mr. T. Because the only thing that he's been guilty of is being ahead of everyone else. And everything that he's has said has pretty much turned out to be true and accurate. So should there not be a public apology, dare I say it, should there not be an MBE or even a knighthood for Stephen Lennon for services to the British public that everyone else demonised him for serving up? And yeah, I'm saying it tongue in cheek, but I mean it. I'll say it for the 1000th time. This is the man who has given his all for victims of grooming gangs. He has given his all. And it doesn't really matter whether you don't like him or whether you love him. The time has come to admit, like it or not, that he was 100% right, and the state have persecuted him for being right for a very long time. And that persecution simply has to stop. And this is an inquiry that Keir Starmer himself said that we didn't need, right? And now all of a sudden, we do. This after the conviction of another gang up there, where was it? Rochdale, I believe, somewhere like that. And I don't think any of us, anyone, and that includes Tommy, enjoys pointing out the fact that this seems to be, in many respects, a cultural issue. Nobody enjoys pointing that out. And we all recognise that there are issues in all communities, particularly in our own community, in the white British community. There's massive problems, we know that. But they're different types of problems, and they are, how can I say, well, they're less organised, aren't they, I think. This is a particular issue that needs addressing. And issues involving indigenous groups, indigenous gangs are hopefully, and it seems to be that they are regularly and properly and rightly so investigated and prosecutions follow. Personally, I don't really care less what colour, race, religion or creed or whatever a nonce is. A nonce is a nonce for me, and they all need putting away. But when it appears, and I'm using the word very carefully, when it appears that one group have been getting away with far too much for fear of the police being called racist, then something has very, very, very clearly been wrong. And that must be recognised. That must be recognised, it must be acknowledged. And the people that have been pointing that out for a long time to their own detriment should receive an apology and recognition for their duty of care to the nation under extreme pressure and under unfair persecution. There's no doubt about that for me. And this isn't over by a long way. This is going to play out and play out and play out. And things are changing. I think everyone can see that. Right guys, I am going to go home now. I'm going to get myself changed and I'm going to take you out on the streets of Blackpool, I mean Benidorm, Little Britain in the sun, at night, Saturday night. Sit tight and enjoy. So we are heading into Benidorm. It is Saturday night and I've got a little confession to make, guys. This week I've been feeling a little bit homesick, not a lot but a little bit. Just need to be around some beautiful Brits, and what better place to go than beautiful Benidorm. So I'm going to have a little look round. It's probably going to be a little bit lively because, well, the summer's not here just yet, but every 10 or 15 minutes another plane lands from the UK into Benidorm, so there's plenty of Brits about. And right now we're just heading into the more sedate part. This will be, I'm going to head along the seafront, take you along the seafront, and then we'll double back and come down the more rowdy parts. But as always, I hope you enjoy the scenery. So the videos lately have been a bit of a mixed bag, haven't they? The mix, if you like, of what I talk about, what I'm passionate about, plus, you know, trying to bring you a little bit of entertainment in between, and also staying in touch with all my wonderful viewers, which have, if I'm honest, dropped away considerably. Understandably, and I knew they would, but that honestly doesn't bother me at all. What matters to me is that those that care stick with us, and I stick with those who care. So yeah, I'm perfectly happy with the lower figures. In fact, it was the big numbers, it was the big viewing figures, you know, videos that I was making that was getting, you know, 250,000, 500,000 views. Those were the videos that were, quite honestly, I think, drawing attention to me from the wrong people. The bigger your voice, right, the more people take notice. And that's never really where I've wanted to be. I just want to interact with my audience. You can see Benidorm coming up. We're just on the outskirts right now. Another 2 or 3 minutes bike ride. I'm going to actually do a full-on review of this bike. I'll tell you why, because look, I'm a man that's lucky enough to have had more than my fair share of lovely cars, you know. I'm not going to name them or go through them all, but I've had some good cars. And I've had more motorbikes than I can even begin to remember. But what I will say is this electric bike, as I said the other day, is a whole heap of fun on a new level. It's just so relaxing. Never really considered it at home, although I have had one at home, but I didn't keep it very long, to be fair. Probably down to the weather. I'm not much of a motorcycle rider when the weather's bad. I'm a bit of a fair weather rider, and it's no different on one of these e-bikes. Of course, I mean, where are we now? It's let's have a quick look at the time. It is 11:15, and it's still about 75 to 70 degrees. Right, let's dip our toe in the water. I know he's trying to sell me, but whatever it is, I don't want any of it. Don't worry everyone, it livens up in the summer. Down a bit, one of the back roads, a little bit more sedate. Benidorm, something for everyone. Touching me, there we go, proper Benidorm, look. Now you know what I call it, Little Britain. See outside all the bars, you got the doorman trying to make sure everyone stays in order, but they also try and, you know, get you into the bars as well. I've got to be honest with you, that part of town's not really for me. I mean, it's all right for, you know, a little ride through and a little laugh and a joke and a reminder of what things used to be like 40 years ago, but apart from that, nah.